Welcome everybody. It is Beyond the Barricade, and we are back. It is 7:59, almost 8 o'clock, and we are right on time for my next guest, the one and only, my very special guest. Excuse me, the one and only Orion Starlight. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing, man?
Good, good. Where are you located at?
I'm in southern Missouri right now. I still got sun out here. It's only 7, so I still got some hours to my day.
There's a little sun out there still, up here in Long Island, New York.
Oh, nice, nice. See, I was unaware where you guys were located. I knew that you were on the East Coast, but that was all the information I had.
The good old Big Apple.
How beautiful.
Even
I've yet to visit, but that'll happen.
oh, we gotta change that, man. You gotta wrestle out here.
Oh, brother, I want to wrestle everywhere. So
A
yes,
lot,
absolutely.
a lot of big promotions I'm associated with, actually myself, and I'm gonna name them because I'm a part of it. So I gotta name it.
Yeah, let me hear it.
First up is Victory Pro Wrestling right here in Long Island, New York.
Hmm.
We got a show coming up in Bayshore, and you might have heard of this little promotion. Wrestling is now.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
is run by the SATs. They are the owners of that company, and they got a big tag team tournament coming up.
Nice. Okay.
And there's a lot of stuff up here. I mean, there's other places like Remarkable Wrestling, NYWC. There's a lot of other places. So yeah,
Well, I
man.
would I would definitely be interested, man. I'm willing to make the trip.
I mean, yeah, just reach out to any of the organizations. I'll have Serena send you all the info, and
Perfect.
maybe we'll meet in person one day.
That's perfect, man. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I'll meet you. I'll shake your hand.
There you go. I'll give you a bracelet that I have,
Oh, perfect, man. Now I got something to really look forward to.
my Papa Denk bracelet.
Perfect.
All right, let's start off with how you fell in love with this wonderful world that we call professional wrestling.
So for me, I'm a lifer, man. For as far as I can remember, I was always watching wrestling. My mom tells me that when I was a baby, I would just sit in front of the TV and just shut up when wrestling was on. So she kept it on for her piece.
Right.
So I've just always loved it. I've always been around it. When I was younger, I don't know what drew me into it because originally my favorite wrestler was The Rock. But once I got in the ring and started wrestling, obviously I'm viewing it, from a different point of view,
Right.
uh, but also allowed me to like fall in love with it for a whole list of other reasons.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a lifer. When I was a kid, I did like to collect the action figures. That was my thing. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, man, I've never not watched it. So.
Figure collecting is huge, man. Are you still collecting?
I am not, but what's interesting is I have a garage full of all my old toys when I was a young man. So,
Really?
yeah, I'm holding on to them. I'm holding on to them because I know one day I'll break them out and they'll really be worth something.
Okay. All right. They're still in the packaging, or they're loose?
No, because I mean, I was a kid, man. I
You were
played with
playing
them.
with it.
I,
That's
I was
right.
playing with them, man. So, but I mean, I did take care of my stuff because I was very, very happy to have what I had. So, yeah, they're in good condition. They're just put away for right now.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. It's a big thing selling them loose too.
Yeah, yeah. In one day, man, maybe they'll be worth more because I own them or something. They'll
there
really
you
capitalize on
there
it.
you go. You can sign each one for
Yeah, oh,
Ryan
yeah,
Starlight.
absolutely.
All right. Let's go into now that you have fallen in love with wrestling. Let's go into where did you train? Who were your trainers, and what were your thoughts and emotions during that whole process?
So, when I started my training, I was training with Harley Race at the Race Wrestling Arena in Troy, Missouri.
Ooh, way to
Uh,
start.
yes, oh yeah, absolutely, and a very tough way to start as
Yeah, I'm
well.
sure too. Yeah.
Um, yeah, they definitely teach you the right way to come in. They teach you where your head needs to be. And I trained there. I trained a whole full year before I even had my first match. And it's interesting
Wow.
because I come across people who are actively taking bookings and doing shows, and they've only been wrestling 6, 7, 8 months, which is
Right.
interesting to me. I mean, I think it's good for them. It's awesome.
Right.
But it was different. It was different when where I came up and kind of the mindset that they had when I was coming up. But shortly after that, I did start training with Michael Elgin. I was trying to get as much knowledge from anybody in the St. Louis area as possible,
Right.
um, and which opened the doors to a lot of things for me, like lucha libre. which is a whole nother world. There's so many layers to this wrestling world,
Yeah, they're really
and really diving into lucha libre, I've had a ton of fun. I've had a ton of fun. Um, but yeah, that's kind
so,
of
so
my route.
you can wrestle both styles.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I consider myself really lucky just because, my training at Harley, I really got to learn the old school,
Right.
really, really solid foundation, but also the psychology of, old school mindset.
Mm.
But then when I furthered my training, I felt like I was also taught more of that main event strong style, while now also being able to learn lucha. So I'm very blessed in, the knowledge that I've been able to attain from wrestling so far.
That's awesome, man. What was the best advice he gave you?
Um, that's funny. There's so much, but one thing for me, like I had mentioned, I trained a whole year before I even had my first match. And when I started training, I was 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then I find out, some of these cats are out here, 14, 15, 16, already 2, 3 years in.
Oh,
And
wow.
I remember being frustrated, and Harley told me, listen, he said, yes, you can start when you're that young and not know what you're doing, or you can have those years on the back end of your career, when you know what you're doing and you kind of have it made. So that, I guess from a perspective point of view, really stuck with me. And I guess it's not really trying to put a number on things and just really enjoy the experience here.
Awesome, awesome. All right, all right. So now that you did your initial training
Hmm.
and you had your first match a year later, do
Hmm.
you actually, who was your first opponent? And your first opponent in a live crowd, and what were your thoughts and emotions during that match?
So there was a lot going into this first match.
I bet if
Obviously,
if you trained for a full year
yeah, you train
and
for a
he
full year, and they have expectations.
right
You did that whole year. You better
and they're high expectations.
right, exactly, exactly. So I my first match was a tag match. Um, my partner was this guy named Kyle Roberts. Kyle Roberts was his name, and we wrestled this tag team, which is very ironic. They were the old schooler guys of the promotion at Harley's, and they're
Uh,
both of their names were Steve. There was Superstar Steve Fender and then Steve Anthony. So my first match was against Steve and Steve.
That's awesome, man. How was the crowd?
The crowd was good. I was very nervous. I was very, very nervous. But I was in there with old schoolers. They took care of me. So I mean, they kicked my ass, but they
They
took care
kick your ass. That's right. I was about to say, man. They
of me.
kick your ass, though, the old schoolers, man.
Yeah, but I mean that's how it is.
Who was your toughest opponent and
Toughest
why?
toughest opponent.
Or one you had the best chemistry with. Have the
Best
best
chemistry.
chemistry. Either one.
Huh.
Or both.
Um, you know, touching back on lucha, I was able to wrestle a lot of luchadors from Mexico.
Mhm.
And my Spanish isn't great. I mean, I know a little bit.
Uh,
But they say that wrestling is there's no there's no language barrier in wrestling, and that's so true because even though I wasn't fluent in Spanish, I wrestled Arrow Boy maybe 2020,
uh-huh.
um, and it was such a good match. But in just we were communicating through wrestling, and it was just so good, such a good experience, really good hard hitting match, and I felt like I learned things from that match alone. So that one's special to me.
Okay, awesome. If you had to wrestle someone in the indies nowadays, who would it be that you haven't wrestled and why?
Mm. Somebody on the indies that I haven't wrestled, man. I I mean, I love this sport, and I want to wrestle everyone. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Some guys, I don't know where their contracts lie because there's just so many people popping in and out of everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But somebody I would really love to wrestle is El Phantasmo, just because he pops me, and I think he's hilarious. Yeah, probably El Phantasmo.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Tell me about the match you want to be in that you haven't been in a while? What attracts you to
Uh,
this particular match that you want to be in?
uh, I'm man. I want to experience all the matches. I've had very few like stipulation matches, so
Okay.
I'd love to do stipulation matches. I'd love to do some hardcore matches. Um, yeah, I mean, I would just love to dabble in all the special gimmick matches. But
Okay.
I personally, what I am most interested in is being able to tell a story. And on the indies, sometimes it's kind of hard, um, just because you're popping in and out of everywhere. But
Right.
telling a story is really, really, really
Really
is
important.
yeah, really important and
Yeah.
satisfying.
Yeah. True. 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 But you're right about that popping in and out because you're in all these different promotions.
Yeah, yeah, and
So.
you go one way, you go to one state, maybe maybe you're a babyface and you're a good guy and they like you. You go to another state, maybe you're a heel and they don't know who the hell you are.
And they
So
all hate you.
yeah, right, exactly, exactly.
Have you ever been a heel and had a crazy fan interaction?
um, what's actually hilarious? I was a babyface when this happened.
Really?
Yeah, I was in Tennessee. I was at a show in Tennessee,
Uh,
and it's funny because maybe there was like 20 people there, and so we do the show. I have my match, whatever. I go over babyface, and I'm standing at the merch table for intermission, and
right.
this little, I don't know, 4 or 5 year old boy comes up to me and he pats me on the leg and he says, come here, and I bend over and he just slaps me in the face. He just slapped me in the face. So uh, I'm
Oh,
I'm a baby face, but I'm also a decent human being. So I didn't know what to do. In that moment, I don't know what to do. So
right.
I did nothing because this is a child.
That's right. He's a
Yeah. So I mean, adults not so much, but children, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You can't really control
Wow.
kids.
Did he walk away after? Or
Oh
like
yeah,
what
he
happened?
ran off. Yeah, he ran off to his parents or whatever. I mean, what can you do?
Wow. And that is a future professional wrestler in training right now somewhere.
Maybe so, man. Maybe so. Maybe they'll bring him in the old school way and he'll learn some manners.
That's right. You're like, hey, remember that little kid that smacked you? Like, yeah, that was
Uh,
me. All right, here, let me show you what a suplex is. Hold on. Awesome, awesome. All right, tell me about a favorite venue you wrestled out of and why.
a favorite venue I've wrestled out of. I think in 2021, I wrestled in Talia Hall. I actually wrestled Sam Adonis in Talia Hall.
Wow.
Um, and I guess it was towards the end of 2020 because COVID restrictions were still up and there was just all this stress going on in the world and being able to wrestle at Talia Hall in Chicago. Uh, for one, it made me feel like a bit of validation. I know there's so much that goes on in the world of pro wrestling and so many things that people get caught up on, and you sometimes just have to take a minute and appreciate where you're at.
Uh,
Um, just because there are these little moments that happen that you should celebrate in our achievements. So probably Talia Hall. That was like one of the first times I really like emotionally felt it after the match.
oh, okay. All right, all right. What do you prefer, face or heel?
Heel recently.
You prefer it.
Yeah. It's it's more fun and it's more fun and I guess maybe you can have a little bit more control. Maybe that's maybe there's comfort in that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like either, man. But heel is just maybe a little bit more fun.
What was the worst thing you did as a heel to someone?
Worst thing I did as a heel to someone.
Because that stuff
Uh,
just happens on the fly. You don't really think about it.
yeah, yeah. Man, I don't know. I'm just so mouthy and disrespectful to people that man. I don't know. I would have to think about that. That's a tough
All
question.
right.
That's a tough question.
All right, think about it, and we'll come back to it. If you remember, bring it up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Let's go into promo work. How important is
Yeah.
promo work?
Oh, I think it's detrimental, especially with today, how today's wrestling is. So many people can do so many amazing things in the ring. Um, you want to catch their attention outside the ring also. So I think it's important. I also think it's important for the way that you promote yourself.
Right.
Um, and the way you carry yourself in the business. So I think it's a huge thing. But also with that being said, it's also kind of hard to get a mic in your hand on the indies. So you got to kind of figure out how to make it work for you.
Okay. What about promoting the show you're going to be at? Because I know a lot of guys who got
Hmm.
into this debate with a bunch of wrestlers about talent that doesn't promote where they're going to be. Like they
Hmm.
just show up, but they share something on social media and don't do like promos for it. What are your thoughts on that?
Um,
We're getting into some heavy subject right now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot that goes into it because, like, you know, from the perspective of the fan, it's just the wrestler promoting their match or trying to put themselves over or whatever. But sometimes people say things in these promos that make people in positions of power upset. So sometimes, you got to watch what you say,
Right.
uh, because you'll piss the wrong person off. Um, I think some people are scared, but also some people just know that they're not good at it or it's a weakness and they don't want to work on it. So I think it's something that you need to learn and learn how to craft. But I also
Right.
think there's a lot of people who just simply don't know how to do it well or do it correctly.
Yeah.
So they don't. But I only think that that's only hurting them. But when it really comes down to it, if you're working for a company that you care about and that's treating you well, and you want to do good, you'll do that. You'll go out of the way to make that extra step just to make sure that they do good, but it's
Right.
also going to make you look well.
Okay. All right. Because it does take. Oh, Serena's was taking the words out of my mouth. So I'll go into her comment. It doesn't take long to put together a quick post promoting the promotion you're going to be at.
Oh,
It really
absolutely.
doesn't. And you don't even need to know your opponent. You could just
Hmm.
be like, hey, I'm Orion Starlight, and this Saturday night at so and so, I'm coming to kick ass and take names and blah, blah,
Right.
blah. So it doesn't take long just to promote, even if you're not per se promoting the company, but you promote
Right.
yourself and
And
where you're going to
and
be.
exactly. And I think you should have some pride in your own work and
Right.
you know and want to put that out there.
Absolutely. 100% agree. All right. We're going to jump out of wrestling for a moment. What are some of your
Okay.
hobbies you like to do?
Some of my hobbies I like to do. Um, I like to go to the gym and work out. I'm really, really deep into this fitness journey currently. So
Yo,
that's
once you get into it, man,
yeah.
it's hard to kick because even me, like I've been going to the gym for regularly for years now,
Mhm.
and when I first started, it was like a chore, and then it was like I just got into it. I have to go.
And that's the thing. That's what I've learned. It's really about your mindset because if you're looking at it like it's a chore, then you're going to treat it like it's a chore and you're going to push it off and you're going to make excuses. You're not going to want to do it. But for me, once I guess recompartmentalized it in my brain and realized that this is helping me, I feel better after doing it. And not only that, I look better, and then I can kind of, I wanted to mold my body how I want it to look, especially being a performer. I think
Right.
that for me personally, it's important. Um, but yeah, man, fitness. I'm in the gym quite often. I enjoy it. I think it's good not only for my body but for my brain too.
Yeah,
Um,
mental health.
right, exactly, and that's important too. And that's one thing people don't talk about at the gym enough is that how good it is for your mind.
It really is, man. It really is. It's really helped me a lot through my separation and stuff like that. So
Well, I'm glad that you had something to like anchor you, because
I did. I had nothing
not
else.
yeah, and and it's crazy you say that because when you go through life-changing stuff, the things that get you through it just really
Right, right.
mean so much more to you.
Like I
And
have
that's
my
just
kids and stuff, so
mhm.
but I had to be strong for that. But like me personally, I like had nothing else, so I went to the gym and just focused on that.
Yeah, but I mean, also that's dedication too, because if you're being dad, and then you're also prioritizing your health too.
True, true.
So that's another layer to it, making it you could have been an excuse, but you didn't use it as that. So that's good. That's a victory there.
That's a victory. That's right. I had a victory. Yes.
Yes. But the gym. I also like to draw. I draw quite often.
Oh, nice.
Like all my gear, I design it. My merchandise is coming out. I design that as well.
Oh
My gear
wow.
that's being made, I design that. My interest gear, I design that. So I really like to draw when I can, because I feel like it helps me make everything in life actually real.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, do you have any favorite like films or TV shows you're into right now?
Oh man. right now.
Are
I've
you a Marvel guy?
I really was.
Oh man.
But this last phase kind of just
Oh, it
I kind of
tanked.
just yeah, I kind of because I was so into the previous phases, but I kind of just got disconnected from it. This honestly, this past like 9, 10 months, I've been really working on myself to try to not try to be more focused. So when I'm watching something, it's either an old movie that I've never seen before, and I'm wanting to watch it because I do like older films,
Okay.
or a comfort show.
Okay.
I really like older stuff. Honestly, if I have to say one movie is my favorite movie
I
of
was
all
gonna ask
time,
you.
it's probably Night at the Roxbury, and that is
Oh,
I know that is such a ridiculous answer, but it's so good and it just has a special place for me.
dude, I love that movie, man.
It's so good, man, and nobody gives it its credit.
It really is, man. How can you not love that movie?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It is so ridiculous that you gotta love
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Right, exactly. And it's funny. It's good for any time. Just make me laugh. Put it on
Now,
and make me
have you
laugh.
ever watched any of the skits they used to do before the movie?
So it's crazy you say that because I was just put on to those skits and I didn't realize that Jim Carrey was in those skits, and I'm a
He
Jim
was.
Carrey fan. So
Yeah.
I was even more about it.
I wish he was in the film, man.
That's what I said. That man, could you imagine how much funnier that movie would have been with him?
I think that because at the time and his status, they just couldn't afford
Yeah,
him.
because what that was he was probably doing Dumb and Dumber at that time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and
Nah,
Ace
he wasn't.
Ventura and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't going to do an SNL movie.
that's right, man. And when you watch the skits on the old skits, man, they're really funny.
You know what's wild is because my girl put me onto them
Mm.
because I showed her the movie. Um, you can't find them on YouTube. I couldn't find them on YouTube. I had to go to like Vimeo or something to find them on, but I just
Really?
couldn't find them on YouTube. Yeah,
That's strange.
yeah. Well, I mean, when you
This is
when
original.
you when you're really into wrestling that's not from this country, you find back doors to so much, so much stuff online.
Right, right. Like in the old days, everybody, well, now YouTube and stuff, but in the old days, you used to tape trade.
Right, and that's so amazing to me because man, it's actually kind of funny because somehow I don't know how this happened. I must have picked them up at a yard sale or something when I was a kid.
Uh,
Somehow I ended up with those old XPW tapes.
oh,
Something that a young teenager probably shouldn't have,
shouldn't have, right.
but I had them. But that was all the tape trading I really got to do. When I was a kid, I think I had a few WrestleManias on tape, but I was just watching
Uh,
them over and over and over.
right, right. It's funny you said that because I think about the tape trading stuff and the underground stuff. And when
Hmm.
ECW come out, I was still fairly young, and I would just like be like this, and then all right, let me watch ECW, and it was like on one of those hard to reach channels.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
back then, because I'm 50 now, you had rabbit ears,
yeah.
so you'd have to go like this to get the right signal. And they'd be like, all right,
All right, don't
Sabu's
move.
coming out,
Don't
Sabu's
move.
coming out. And I believe my favorite at the time was RVD before WWE.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I was
Yeah,
just like,
dude.
this guy is amazing.
I loved RD. I think as a kid, uh, like I really, man, I was so young watching wrestling.
Uh,
Like I think in ring, my first favorite was Rey Mysterio, and then it was RVD because they were just man,
they were
they were just a
incredible.
whole nother level. Yeah.
Incredible. What are your thoughts, since you bring it up, Ray? What are your thoughts about what Dom is doing nowadays?
Man. I don't. So it's cool. It's cool that he's getting over as a heel. I really like that. But what's amazing is that he's got to wrestle with his dad, man. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I see the question going around. Oh, who should retire Ray? I don't know. Maybe his son should retire him. Why not?
Yeah.
That'd be a beautiful moment right there. Especially, obviously he wants to wrestle and wants to continue to wrestle.
Right, right.
So why not? Why not his son?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Good stuff, man. We're talking some good stuff tonight, Orion.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm always down for it.
All right, let's go back into wrestling. We are halfway through the year. So do you have any goals set for the rest of the year that you want to accomplish?
Goal set for the next year. So
For the
I'll
rest
be
of the
honest. I'm about to. I don't know how many people are watching this, but I'm about to do a whole complete gimmick change. So that's gonna be fun.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I just have all this. stuff kind of on the side, ready to roll out. I'm just ready for that next step
Wow.
and who I am as
Th-
a wrestler.
This is you currently, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
it's definitely gonna change, right? hundred
Yeah,
percent.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, 1,000%. The gear is being made.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah,
To
next level, man.
further cement you as a heel.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, probably.
All
More
right.
me, so maybe.
That's great, man. I love it. I love it. Good, man. I can't wait to see it, man. I'm gonna keep my eye out.
Yeah, it's it takes a it's crazy because when I was coming up, they always said, "Oh, you're not even gonna know what you're doing until you're 10 years in." Well, I'm about 7. Wow, I'm about 7 years in,
Uh,
and I feel like I'm just now figuring out who I am as a wrestler. So it's fun, and I'm really excited about what is
so
to come.
sometimes that happens, man. You don't know who you are, and then all of a sudden, boom. Whether it be a
Yeah,
year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is.
yeah,
Look at Stone Cold. He was in WCW for a while, and he didn't find his niche until he was in WWE,
exactly,
and not even in the
exactly.
beginning. Like maybe like what was it, 6, 8 months later after he started?
And I think that's something that's helped me. And what's crazy is that now with technology, we're able to hear these stories of these wrestlers. We're able to listen to
Oh yeah,
podcasts. We're able to hear all their experiences. When before you weren't able to hear that unless you were in the car with them. So we
right.
have all this access to just so much knowledge. So anytime I get a chance, I'm probably listening to a wrestling podcast, and I love just hearing their journey and how they adjusted and they adapted in their positions. Because everybody's journey is just so different, man.
It really is, man. 100%. Everybody's different. I'm excited for your journey, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
Seem like a really cool dude, man. Appreciate you coming on
Thank you
the
for having
podcast.
me. I really do appreciate that.
Well, we're not done yet, so we're not cutting loose yet. Let's talk about if you want to go wrestle in other countries,
Mm.
and where would you prefer to go at this stage in your career?
So, yeah, I absolutely. I want to wrestle in other countries. I want to
You
wrestle all over the world, man.
you would want to, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got
Yeah,
people who tell me, well, I don't know, this and that. I'm like, dude, how do you not want to be all over? Like, how are you supposed to
yeah,
get your name out there?
right, right. And then once you make it to the grand stage, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be all over this planet.
You can be all over
That,
the planet. That's right.
exactly. That's what you want. Um, so right now, in the past few years, I've been doing a lot of lucha, like a lot of wrestling, a lot of lucha companies. So probably Mexico.
Mexico.
That makes sense. It's organic. That would be nice. And then maybe after that, I'd love to try England. But obviously, like I said earlier, I love Japanese wrestling. So Japan is definitely where I want to be at some point in my career.
Okay. Anybody stick out you would want to wrestle in Japan?
Um, well, like I said earlier, ELP's over there. But man, there's so many good wrestlers in Japan. Um, I couldn't say one, but there is an arena there.
Okay.
I think it's BSK Hall, I believe that is, with the stained glass backdrop. I have to wrestle there, man. Before I call it quits, I have to wrestle there. It has to happen.
Okay, all right. I know someone who used to wrestle out here in Long Island. He went to Japan, never came back. He's still there,
Hey, I don't blame him, brother.
and I think it's been like 8 years already. He's been over there, something
Nice,
like
nice.
that.
Does he enjoy it?
Yeah, from what
Well,
I see.
apparently so if he hasn't come back.
Yeah, it was before I started doing podcasts. I would just go to the BPW show,
Hmm.
and then you follow through the socials and stuff, and you see he went to Japan. Just never came back. Came back for like a visit, and then went back.
Nice.
And
No,
he's
dude,
still there, man. That's
that's
commitment.
beautiful. That's commitment. It's also a beautiful thing, man.
It
He
is, man.
probably worked hard for that opportunity, so that's nice.
He did, man. He did. All right, let's go into other states you want to wrestle in.
Other states, all over,
Actually,
man.
no. Let's go into before we that. Let's go into promotions. Promotions you want
Yeah.
to wrestle that you haven't wrestled, and why?
Um, obviously, I'm an indie guy, so I want to be on all the big indies. Like I want to be on GCW, I want to be on AAW, I want to be on
Mhm.
freelance, and I'm in Chicago. I'm hovering around Chicago. Um, that's needs to be the next steps. for me, I think, is to get in the bigger companies there. Um,
Okay.
but obviously with GCW because comes JCW also, so that would be nice. Go pop over there, see y'all. Uh, yeah, but like what's wild is that when I first started training, like day one, I was not I was just not aware of how big the indies were. Like I knew of Ring of Honor, and I knew of some of these bigger promotions, but I just wasn't aware of how big the indies were.
Right.
Um, I just didn't know. But learning, it's obvious where you need to go and where you need to, be seen and make a name at. So the bigger companies and
Right.
whatever. I'll wrestle in any state, all the states. I love to travel. I love to hop in a car. I love to hop in a plane. So anywhere and everywhere, man.
And making those connections, man. The more shows you do, the more people you meet, the more connections you make.
Exactly, and that's what people don't understand. Like, stay if they stay in one city, you're not gonna get your name and
You're
face
not
out
gonna
there
get
like
him
you
out
need
there.
to.
Nah, not at
No,
all. Not at
no, you
all,
got to
man.
make the sacrifice. You got to get around.
Dude, I'm a prime example. I was at VPW for like 5 years, 6 years. Wasn't doing any streaming, all that. I knew other people were doing it, but I didn't do it. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna buy a computer, like a good computer, and then start
Hmm.
streaming. And it just taken off. And like I meet so many people now, and it's crazy, man.
Yeah, and networking, networking.
Networking.
It's a
That's right.
beautiful thing, and I mean, and you meet good people too.
100%. I met so many great people. So many great people, man. All right, let's go back into the other question. States. What states are you interested in wrestling?
Well,
You're gonna say I want to wrestle all the states.
all the states, man. Like, if I want to, obviously, if I don't know, because there's some people that need to leave the country to come back to the country and be appreciated.
That's true.
Um, Maybe that's where my journey takes me. Maybe I need to leave to come back. Um, I don't know, but I have no issue going anywhere. I've been north and I've been south, so I haven't hit the East Coast. If we can make that happen, I would be grateful and love that.
Love
Um,
to see you out here in the East Coast.
yeah, selfishly, I do want to wrestle in California. I'd love to wrestle in Los Angeles. I just think that'd be nice.
Awesome, awesome. Now, how would you? Did you go about like trying to see if you can get into GCW?
So, I have a few friends that work there, and they'll put the word in for you, and you can go to shows, but there's a lot of there's a lot of risks and a lot of taking chances. So you kind of have to take a risk to show that you really want it before they're gonna put you there.
But okay, all right. I know a couple of you will go to like setup and stuff when
Right,
they're
right,
there in town and stuff to help out and get their name out there. I
right,
know some
exactly.
people that wrestle there all the time, like the SATs. They're in there. Actually, they got a GCW show coming up soon.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
So,
that's where I'm at. I just need a chance to show what I can do. I'm confident in my ability, so I really just needed the foot in the door. Um, yeah.
all right, man. All right, awesome, man. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast, brother. I appreciate you coming
Hey,
on.
no problem. Thanks for having me, man. It was great.
You definitely got to come back, man.
Yeah. Hey, whenever you just let me know.
All right, awesome, awesome. Plug away your upcoming appearances and where everybody can follow you.
So upcoming appearances, July 22nd, I'm going to be in Normal, Illinois for Iron Spirit Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
It'll be a 2 out of 3 falls match. This is the best of three with me and Matt Kenway. We've had some great matches up to this point, and this one's gonna be special. Um, I'm and a 2 out of 3 falls match, and I get to wrestle it outside. So a little
Oh
bit of
wow,
outside cardio to get ready for this. But I'm
nice.
excited. I'm excited. It'll be fun, and it'll be good. And then the weekend after that, which I believe is the 29th.
Uh,
Um, I think I'm going to be in Lenexa, Kansas for CSW, Central States Wrestling. So that's where I'll be this July, and then I'll be back up in Chicago at the beginning of August. So I'll
all
be
right,
I'll be from Kansas all the way to Chicago. So I'll be around.
all right, all right. Now those outside shows are not easy, man. I've had to work
Yeah,
like even filming the matches, and
yeah,
I'm drenched.
yeah. See, I used to
Filming.
I worked outside for many years, so I like being outdoors.
Uh,
So exercising outdoors is not too terrible. I think I also like to stay in a good condition, so I'm not getting blown up. Doesn't matter where I wrestle.
Gotcha.
But it's something I have to be ready for because it's gonna be a long match.
Awesome. And then where can everybody get your shirts, your merch?
So my merch is being made right now. I don't have anything available at the moment, but I will be releasing them within the next 2 months or so.
Okay.
Probably next month.
Is
Within the
that with
next
the new
month,
gimmick?
more realistic. So actually, when you asked me earlier, I also have an interest in fashion. Like I told you, I draw all the time, so I'm
Right.
sketching and clothes and stuff. Um, I I I kind of created something that it's a product for wrestling fans and not necessarily a product about me.
Interesting.
Um, so yes and no, because it's by me, but it's not necessarily about me.
Okay. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And definitely let us know so we can share all your information, man.
Oh, we'll do. We'll do. We'll be in contact for sure.
Oh, definitely, definitely, man. Stay in touch, stay in touch. And everybody can follow you where? Facebook,
I'm
Twitter.
on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. We don't do Twitter.
No Twitter. Are you gonna
No
do
Twitter. We don't do Twitter.
Trench, the new one?
I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna check it out. You know, being an independent guy and having to promote yourself, you gotta dabble and see what's worth getting into.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be consumed by it all because it's a little too much sometimes.
I'm gonna tell you, it's just like Twitter.
Is it, well, maybe
my Instagram.
maybe it'll be less toxic. I don't know.
So this is what I don't get about it. You got Instagram, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got Trench, and they're like, it's made by Instagram, Facebook, and
Mm-hmm.
it's basically Twitter, 100%. But I don't understand how it's supposed to correlate with Instagram. Like they should just made it into one. You know what I'm saying?
Is it not? Is it a separate app or is it still the same?
It's a separate app.
I don't know, man.
It imports all your Instagram people.
Well, see, that makes sense, right? Like if everything was just centralized, but having everything just like throughout all these different platforms is kind of silly, man.
Yeah,
and it's hard. And it's hard when you're trying to stay on top of everything.
It's crazy. My son's like, "How do you have already 40 followers in like whatever couple hours I've downloaded?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't freaking know. It's just
I don't know.
I keep getting notifications. This person's following you. This person's following you. It just keeps going.
Well, maybe I need to make one, man. I need to get my numbers up.
Yeah, man. Try it out, man. It's the new platform, and hopefully it'll take off and give more, like you said, more advertising for professional wrestlers to keep the indie scene alive, man. Because the indie scene's got to stay alive to bring you those next big WWE, AEW stars.
That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
And one of those stars is going to be Orion Starlight over there.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm lobbying for you, man. I'm lobbying for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I'll take all the lobbying I can get.
If you ever come to the Northeast, let us know.
Absolutely.
We'll send you the information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
All right. Awesome. Now, recently I had a guest on, and I'm going to tell you who she is in a moment if I can pull up the graphic. Mary Beth Bird from American Idol. She's part of MCW's anti-bullying tour.
Oh, okay. And
she's going to appear at the MCW show July 28th and sign autographs and all that stuff. That was a fun interview, just like this one was. And I will be at Victory Pro Wrestling, the Battle in Bay Shore, Saturday night, July 15th. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets. You'll see all the VPW stars. Do you recognize anybody here, Orion?
Yeah, I do. I recognize a few. I see a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because I see a lot of these guys online. Even if I've never met them personally, I've seen a lot of these guys online, and I've seen the misses there online.
Valentina. Okay.
Brother on the top right looks familiar. Yeah, I've seen a few of these guys. So whoever's running social media, you're doing well because it's hitting the Midwest. That's
Leo Sparrow. You might see him on YouTube because he just wrestled MJF in the Indies.
That could have been the match I watched, man. I watched so much wrestling. It's ridiculous.
I think it was his first indie match in a while, and he wrestled Leo.
Well,
who? Just so you know, see if I don't know if I still have that graphic. Oh yeah, I do have it. So Leo recently came to VPW, and he was on my other show, Vlog Interaction, which is done during intermission, all that. And as you can see by this picture right there, he's not very happy with me. Not very happy, bro.
Well, hey, you got to do your job too, man.
That's right. I gotta mingle with all the guests. They're like, "Who's this guy coming to talk to me?" I never met him. He never met me. Like some of the other guys know me already, but he never met me. And then
What?
I had a face-off between Brittany Brooks and Jack Thomason over Prime and Celsius on the last, not the
Man,
last episode, but the one before.
you guys are a marketing machine, man. Y'all doing it right.
Now Brittany's blowing up on the scene, just so you know, man, on the indie scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's blowing up over there. And the latest vlog interaction that came out was me and Bobby Orlando, where he broke my heart.
I,
He
I I have to give you respect for that Biggie shirt. I really like that.
Oh man, I'm a fucking huge Biggie. Look at my T-shirt. It's
Look
Biggie
at that,
inspired.
man, that is clean. I like that.
I love
like
it. I
that.
gotta go pick it up. I had a dry clean from that show.
Smart man. Smart man. Some people just throw it in the washer and then you don't have a shirt anymore.
Oh fuck that! No. That was a hard shirt to get.
What brand is that shirt?
That came from like HM, I think. I went to like an outlet and they had a smaller size. I'm like, shit, I need a 2X, man. And they're like, well, you can get it online. I'm like, cool. I went online right there while I was in the store. I ordered it. 1, 2, 3.
Online saving you. There you go.
And came to my house, brother.
There you go, man.
I will also be at the Maximo Legacy Tag Team Tournament for Wrestling Is Now. Put that up real quick. Saturday, July 29th in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, where they're going to crown their first tag team champions, man. It's going to be a big deal in New Jersey over here. And also, I'm part of the Wrestling Is Now tour, and I'm going to have PJ Savage coming up next at 9 o'clock, where we're going to talk Wrestling Is Now. He's got some stuff to say. It's happening in the Northeast, man. You got to come up here.
Oh man, it's on and popping, man.
Bro.
I'm feel like I'm missing out. Well, I'm trying to do my thing in the Midwest, but I would never want to box myself into a region. So I would love to come out there, man.
Don't, man. Make some calls, man. See if maybe one of the promotions out here will bring you out here, brother.
I'm gonna have to put the work in. Like I said, send me over that information. I'll send some emails out. I'll send some feelers out.
We'll send the info. Serena, make sure you send. Oh, Serena says I'm a huge Biggie. I know, Serena. I am a huge Biggie. I have every single Funko Pop except for one.
I love it.
A Biggie.
I love it.
And it's only because he's worth like $2,500.
Ooh, what's the most you spent on a Funko, man?
Dude, I spent $1,500 on one.
Ooh, what was it?
It was Freddie Funko dressed up as Big Boy. And he was limited to 15 pieces.
Okay. Well, I mean,
and I got him cheap because I sold him. I actually sold him. I sold him for like $3,000.
Bro, there you go. That's a flip right there. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I'm a big Funko guy, man. I love Funkos, and now I've gotten into this bad habit of collecting Funkos signed.
Oh, you just went to the next level.
I did, man. I went to the next level, man, because the Freddy Funkos are limited themselves, some of them. But then I'm like, signed ones. I'm like, dude, I need this sign. No, I need that sign. So like, I got a lot of not only just wrestling one signed, but I have one signed by Dee Snider, which I just got from Twisted Sister. Flavor Flav, if you know who Flavor Flav is.
Yeah.
I got his sign. I got all the big WWE stars, including Brock Lesnar.
Oh, nice.
I got Undertaker and Roman coming.
What'd you say your favorite one is?
My favorite Funko of all time?
What in your collection?
In my collection, it's Freddie Funko dressed as Kylo Ren.
Oh, cool. That's dope.
And I think he's worth like $1,600.
That's crazy. I did not know the market was like that.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. There's some that are worth thousands, man.
That's wild.
That's wild because
I'm a sneaker guy, and the market's coming down, which is nice, which is real nice.
Dude, I have a stack over here of sneakers over here.
Oh yeah, what kind of? So, I trained with this guy, that worked at New Balance headquarters, and he just recently like went up in position. He doesn't wrestle anymore, but he hit me up. He said, "Hey man, you need anything? I got you." So I got a guy at New Balance that's been really treating me well. So that's where most of my collection's at right now. What do you got?
Nice. I've gotten big into Yeezys.
Okay.
So I know they cut ties recently, but they had a big drop of their inventory.
Hmm.
that they suspended. So I was able to pick up some foam runners, some blue slides,
Okay.
and a pair of reflective 350s. If you know
350.
which ones
Okay.
those are like the
Yeah,
main
yeah.
ones.
I have the 700s, the analogs. I really, really like them.
Oh, those are nice.
That changed for me. That changed the game, man. Like since then, I'm only like buying runners and low tops. Like I don't know. It just changed it up for me. But I still have those, man. I don't break them out much, but I have
Yeah,
the
mine
700.
too.
I really like it.
I don't break them out much. And then I got into because I'm a big Bad Bunny fan.
Hmm.
So I bought like I think I have almost every shoe except for like two that
Dude,
he
those are
made
the
from Adidas.
what is the running shoe, that Adidas runner that he does? Man, what is it called? He performed. I think he performed at WrestleMania in like a brown pair or something. Um, those are
I
crazy.
think he did, yeah. But
That
I
that
think
whole Adidas line is crazy.
those were his first ones. They're cafe.
I think yeah, I think you're right.
Tho-
Man, I just love those runners.
Those are worth in my size 1400.
What size are you?
14.
Oh, you're size 14?
Yeah.
Oh man. Man, see, I'm 10 and a half, which is like
People,
unfortunately like the most common size.
some of the
So,
wrestlers think I'm short, but when they see me in person, they can't realize I'm 6'3". I'm tall as
oh,
fuck.
did you ever try to wrestle?
No. That's not for me, man. I'm old, man. I'm 50 now, man. I can't wrestle.
No, well, I mean, you could have. I mean, you were you could have,
Maybe
Well,
back then.
some of us wish we could be 6'3", but we can't.
That's my son's dream. He wants to wrestle.
Oh, yeah, how old is he?
He's 20.
Tell him to try it, man. He's right at the perfect age to try it.
He's trying, man. He wants to go to Creative Pro, which is where MJF trained.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you said you're in Jersey, right?
Long Island,
You're in Long
New
Island,
York.
man.
Yeah.
How far is that? How far is that
From
school?
here, it's about 30 miles.
30 miles. Oh, that's not bad, man.
Yeah.
When I first started training before I actually moved to St. Louis, I was driving 4 hours. 4 hours up, 4 hours back, about twice a week. And I would stay one night because we were training 3 nights a week.
Uh-huh.
And I did that. I did that for the first year that I wrestled. So, man, if he wants it, tell him to go after it. Like a school that close is a luxury, especially a prestigious school.
Yeah, there's a school that's opening up closer. So, but he has his
It's,
heart set on that Creative Pro school.
and I mean that's smart because I mean they have a history.
Yeah, that have
Yeah,
history.
man. If he loves wrestling, he should try it, man.
He does. As I'm talking to you, he's playing the new Raw SmackDown WWE game.
How is that? I haven't got to play any of the new wrestling game.
I, to be honest with you, I haven't really played the WWE game. I did buy
Mhm.
the AEW one and played it, and I had fun with it.
I see. That's probably the next game I'm gonna get. We're actually me and my girl are replaying San Andreas currently. But I want to get Fight Forever. Do you think it's worth the buy?
I like it. Yeah, I had fun with it. Especially we
Yeah.
did the exploding barbed wire match.
Hmm.
I think it was cool, man.
I just really like the way that they created the game. It just looks so much fun and just so different from
It's
like
really fun.
like
Me
all
and
the
my son
2K
played
stuff.
it Friday night, and we had such a blast playing it.
Did
So
you uh did you ever get to play Fire Pro Wrestling?
no,
The one they released like 2018 or 20, what was it 20, might have
no,
been 20.
I'm not a big gamer guy, just because my time is so limited, so it's hard to get it. But I just
I
bought
get
it,
that.
and I'm like, let me buy the AEW game because I'm really intrigued by
I get that. What console are you on?
it. PS5.
See, I'm on the Switch because I like to take it to go. So like if we hop on the road, I just take it with me. That's
Yeah, no,
that's
it
what
is
I
easier.
play.
It is easier. My other son has the Switch, but he
Not
plays the
to
Lego games.
and I to call myself a gamer would be a huge overstatement. I just enjoy it from time to time, but I'm no good at them. I'm not good at video games.
Me neither, man. I used to play the Lego games too, but
Man,
I'm okay with the wrestling games, especially once I get the hang of the controllers.
hmm
And I'm like, I was surprising myself, to be honest with you, because
yeah,
I
no,
haven't played in
like
years.
yeah, I get it, man. You just get busy. You just get busy with life, man.
You do, man. You do collecting sneakers and Funkos, man, and podcasting.
And then you
on
got
top,
you got to make that money too. So
yeah, on top of that, a full time job that's demanding. Yeah, man.
that's interesting,
I'm
man.
hustling. Like when I'm done with the podcast, I gotta go to the gym and work out.
Same,
I'm
brother.
sleeping
That's
four
why that's
hours a
why
day,
you
man.
caught me in the gym clothes. I was like, that's where I'm headed after this.
I sleep like 4 hours a day, man. I'm not even joking. 4 hours a day.
Man, uh, a very successful wrestler told me you only need six, man. You only need six. You're
So I
good.
need two more.
Yeah, two more and you'd be good to go for about a day and a half.
All right, Orion. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Hold on for a
Hey,
second.
thank you
Everybody
for having
else,
me.
I'll be back on in like